That school presents distance, time and speed. When we talk about the speed of a vehicle, let's say a car, we essentially divide the total distance covered by the vehicle or the car, distance covered, with the total time taken. For example, if a car covers 40 kilometers in 2 hours time, we divide 40 with 2 and say that the speed of the car is equal to 20. 40 divided by 2 is 20 kilometers per 1 hour, written as 20 kilometers per hour, or 20 kilometers per hour. So the speed or the average speed, if the speed keeps changing, is always equal to the total distance covered divided by the total time taken. Note that there are three quantities involved in this formula. We have the speed, we have the distance, and we have the time. And given any two of these three, we can always find the third using this formula. So like given the distance and the time, you can divide the distance with the time to find the speed. How do you find the distance given the time taken and the speed? Well, if you look at this formula, let me rewrite that formula with the initials S is equal to d over t. S for speed, d for distance, and t for time. Let's say we want to find d, and S and t are given. All we need to do is multiply both sides of this equation with t. So that t on the denominator on this side, on the right hand side of the equation, crosses off or cancels with the t on the numerator. Therefore, we have a 1 there, and 1d is the same as d. So that lets us find the distance. Let me write that down. Distance is equal to speed multiplied with time. So we know a way to find this, we know a way to find this. How about t? Let's say S and d are given and we need to find t. Can we do that? Well, if you look at this formula now, d is equal to S times t. We need t, therefore we need a 1 over here. I sense you already got it. Divide both sides of the equation with S. S and S cancel each other, so we have a 1t or t, and therefore t is equal to the distance covered over the speed. We are going to use this formula if we know the distance and the time, and if we need to find the speed. We are going to use this formula if we need to find the distance given the other two, and we are going to use this formula if we need to find the time given the distance and speed. Let's look at a few examples. A car covered a distance of 84 miles in 4 hours. What was the average speed of the car over the entire journey? Obviously, we need to use the speed formula because that's the unknown, given the distance and the time taken. The speed is equal to distance over time, which is equal to 84 miles over 4 hours. If you divide 84 with 4, you get 21. Therefore, the speed of this car is 21 miles per hour. Let's try another one. That was running at a speed of 8 kilometers per hour. How long would it take him to run 2 kilometers? So if you look at the question how long, that means we need to find the time. The time is given as the distance over the speed. The distance is 2 kilometers. He runs 2 kilometers. and the speed is 8 kilometers per hour. You divide 2 with 8, that's 1/4, equivalent to 1/4 or 0.25. So we could say the time taken is 1/4 of an hour, which is equal to 0.25 hours expressed as a decimal, and 1/4 or a quarter of an hour is nothing but 15 minutes. Did you notice how the units cross off the kilometer from the numerator and the kilometer from the denominator? And because the hour was a part of the denominator, it went up, and therefore the unit of the answer was in hours when you divide 2 with 8, of course. And then we decided, okay, we could convert that many number of hours because it's a fraction. It makes sense to rewrite that as 15 minutes. Let's have another one. It took a train 3.5 hours, so the time is given, to travel from city A to city B. If the average speed of the train was 60 kilometers per hour, so the speed is also given, how far is city B from city A? So this time we need to find out the distance given the time and the speed. Well, we know the formula, distance is equal to speed multiplied with time. We have the speed, that's 60 kilometers every hour, and if it kept doing that for 3.5 hours, it would be able to cover a distance of 60 times 3.5, which is 210 kilometers. So the distance between the two cities is 210 kilometers.